Hello and welcome to Daily Dose Radio, a 5-minute-a-day podcast studying the Psalms verse by verse, recorded here in the dining room of the Bible Bistro, located in Sharonville, Ohio. Hey there friends, welcome back to Daily Dose Radio. Today on Daily Dose Radio, we're going to close out Psalm 38. So I hope you'll come in here to the Bible Bistro, take a seat, and let's just get together. And it's just you and me, plus however million other people are listening in, but it's just the two of us, and we're sitting here in the dining room of the Bible Bistro with our Bibles open, and we're going to study today Psalm 38, beginning in verse 18. Now, we've been looking at this psalm all week. We've seen his two prayers, his confessions, confession of sin, confession of faith. We've seen how this connects directly to Isaiah's prophecy, and what Peter tells us in 1 Peter chapter 2. Also, let me just say this as an aside. I didn't say it yesterday, but verses 13 and 14 really set up for us what we're going to have over in Psalm 39. So we have in Psalm 39 a whole bunch about silence and not opening the mouth, which also looks, forward to the cross, from David's perspective, forward to the cross. So today we're looking at verses 18 through 22, and we begin with the confession of sin. Verse 18, "For I will declare mine iniquity, I will be sorry for my sin. But my enemies are lively, and they are strong, and they that hate me wrongfully are multiplied. They also that render evil for good are mine adversaries, because I follow the thing that is good. Forsake me not, O Lord, O my God, be not far from me. Make haste to help me, O Lord of my salvation." Do you notice how we have forgotten about the sickness, and the enemy really has taken the place of that? Except for 17, when he said there in 17, I'm ready to halt, my sorrow is continually before me. But that could be because of the enemy, could also be because of the sickness. But here we have in verse 18 another confession of sin. "I will declare mine iniquity. I will be sorry for my sin." Have you said that to the Lord yet? You see, because confession is really, it really engages the soul when we do it. When we confess our sin, when we say, "I'm sorry for the sin," when you lay it out before the Lord, you declare all your iniquity. When you just put it out there and say, "Here it is, this is what I've done," and you confess it all before Him. That's really when the health and the healing starts, is when we confess our iniquities and our sin. I'm sorry for my sin. He still has a problem though, doesn't he? He's taking care of the sin problem because he can take care of that. He can confess that to the Lord. But the other thing, he has to confess that too, and that is his enemies. They're lively. They're strong. We got to confess about the enemies as well, don't you? You have to tell the Lord. Here's the problem. My sin, you'll have to take care of my sin. I confess it. I'm sorry for it. But now I've also got these enemies, and they are multiplied. You notice it says they are wrongfully multiplied. Wrongfully multiplied. Isn't that interesting? "They also that render evil for good are mine adversaries, because I follow the thing that good is." So he's following the thing that good is, and that is the Lord, right? The Lord is the thing that is good. And of course, when you follow the Lord, when you want to do what's right, then you're going to have enemies who are evil. They just are. "Forsake me not, O Lord, O my God, be not far from me. Make haste to help me, O Lord of my salvation." Here we end with the final prayer in the psalm. "Forsake me, O Lord, O my God, be not far from me." Why? Well, number one, he has a physical condition, right? We talked about that in the first half of the psalm. The stink, the wounds, the sores, the weakness, the lack of soundness in the flesh, all that's a problem. "Forsake me not, O Lord." And then we saw the enemy. The enemy comes in here in verse 12. "Those that seek my life," those that are evil, they are wrongfully multiplied. They hate me. They are lively and strong. So not only is there a condition in the flesh, but there's also a condition in society. His society, there's those that surround him that want to see him brought down. They don't follow what's good, but they render evil for good. Forsake me not, O Lord. So he doesn't want the Lord to forsake him, and that connects just so well with what he said there in verse 1. Rebuke me not in thy wrath, chasten me not in thine hot displeasure. Forsake me not, O Lord. O my God, be not far from me, because if the Lord forsakes us, what other help do we have? Can we go anywhere else? No. The answer to that question is no, you can't go anywhere else. Make haste to help me, O Lord, my salvation. So you want to pray a good prayer? Make that verse 22 your prayer. Make haste to help me, O Lord, my salvation. Join me again next week. We're going to look at Psalm 39, a psalm for Jeduthun, a psalm of David. So we'll look at that one next week. Hope you'll join me then here on Daily Dose Radio. Thanks for listening to Daily Dose Radio. For more fresh and delicious Bible studies, podcasts, books, and more, check out the Bible Bistro online and on YouTube. Join me again next time for Daily Dose Radio.